Ever catch yourself doing something weird and think, wait, why did I just do that? Like making jokes during a crisis when you're actually terrified, or organizing your entire closet at 3 a.m. when you're stressed about tomorrow's meeting. Here's the thing, your brain's been running secret protection programs this whole time, and you didn't even know it. That friend who disappears the second voices get raised, they're not just being awkward. That coworker who plans every tiny detail of the office party like they're coordinating a space launch. It's not just perfectionism. These aren't random quirks or personality flaws. They're actually sophisticated defense mechanisms your brain cooked up years ago. And once you understand what they really mean, you'll never look at your own behavior the same way again. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 7 subconscious behaviors that reveal what you're actually afraid of. And trust me, number 1 is going to make you look at that messy drawer in your kitchen very differently. It's not just clutter, it's your brain building a fortress, and you won't believe what it's trying to protect you from. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand yourself and everyone around you in a completely new way. And that thing you do that you think is super weird? Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. Let's get right into it. Number 7, jokes hide true terror. Ever notice that one friend who turns into a stand-up comedian the second things get uncomfortable? Like when the plane hits turbulence and everyone's gripping their armrests, but there's always that one person cracking jokes about the in-flight peanuts. That person might be more terrified than anyone else on that plane. Their brain pretty much launches a comedy club as a defense mechanism. When it senses danger, it doesn't always go for fight or flight. Sometimes it goes for a third option. Become Jerry Seinfeld. Psychologists call this the humorist mask. It's like their emotions hired a bodyguard, and that bodyguard happens to be a clown. The doctor in the emergency room making dark jokes isn't being insensitive. They're just trying not to have a mental breakdown while stitching someone's finger back on. Sometimes people laugh when they're literally terrified. You've seen someone get jump scared and immediately start laughing. That's their brain going, "We're going to die. Wait, no, we're not." Here's some giggles. It's the nervous system's way of doing damage control. Number 6, running from arguments. Ever notice how some people have a superpower for disappearing the moment voices get slightly raised? Like someone starts disagreeing about pizza toppings and suddenly they're gone, like a magician. But instead of pulling rabbits out of hats, they're pulling themselves out of conversations. These are the people who'd rather eat a sock than tell the waiter their order is wrong. "Excuse me, I ordered the chicken, but you brought me a shoe. You know what? Shoes are fine. I love shoes. Delicious." Their brain pretty much launches an emergency evacuation drill every time someone looks mildly annoyed. This isn't just being polite. This is their subconscious mind acting like conflict is a bear attack, except instead of a bear, it's Karen from accounting asking why they used her stapler. The fear of being judged hits different when you're a conflict avoider. Someone could say, "I disagree," and their brain hears, "You're terrible," and everyone secretly hates you. It's like having a translator app that only speaks catastrophe. Number 6, running from arguments. Ever notice how some people have a superpower for disappearing the moment voices get slightly raised? Like someone starts disagreeing about pizza toppings and suddenly they're gone, like a magician. But instead of pulling rabbits out of hats, they're pulling themselves out of conversations. These are the people who'd rather eat a sock than tell the waiter their order is wrong. "Excuse me, I ordered the chicken, but you brought me a shoe. You know what? Shoes are fine. I love shoes. Delicious." Their brain pretty much launches an emergency evacuation drill every time someone looks mildly annoyed. This isn't just being polite. This is their subconscious mind acting like conflict is a bear attack, except instead of a bear, it's Karen from accounting asking why they used her stapler. The fear of being judged hits different when you're a conflict avoider. Someone could say, "I disagree," and their brain hears, "You're terrible," and everyone secretly hates you. It's like having a translator app that only speaks catastrophe. Number 5, the all-star overpreparer. You know that person who plans a simple weekend trip like they're orchestrating the D-Day invasion? They've got spreadsheets for their spreadsheets, backup plans for their backup plans. They've researched every restaurant within a 50-mile radius, including the Yelp reviews from 2009. They're the ones who bring 17 different types of Band-Aids on a hike, just in case someone gets a paper cut from a particularly aggressive leaf. On the surface, they look like the ultimate Boy Scout, always prepared for everything from a sudden meteor shower to a rogue squirrel uprising. Their brain is basically a hamster on Red Bull, running on a wheel of anxiety. It's screaming danger, unknown things ahead, must control everything. They're not planning. They're building a fortress against their own brain. The fear could be anything. They've got plans A through Z, and suddenly they're frozen like a deer in headlights, wearing a fanny pack full of emergency supplies. So if you find yourself color-coding your color-coding system, it's because you're really afraid of something. That subconscious drive to control everything might just be how your brain sidesteps the real fear. The fear that sometimes, no matter how much you prepare, life is just going to life all over your plans. Number 4. Fixing phantom flaws. Ever find yourself at a restaurant mentally redesigning their entire menu system because the font spacing is slightly off? Or maybe you're that person who sees a crooked picture frame at someone's house and your eye starts twitching. This isn't just being helpful. This is your brain acting like a paranoid security guard at a bubble wrap factory. Everything must be protected, fixed, and perfected. Even things that aren't broken. Your mind becomes like a really ambitious intern who creates PowerPoint presentations for problems that don't exist yet. What if the coffee machine breaks in 2027? I've prepared a 47-slide contingency plan. People with this compulsion feel like if they can just fix that one wobbly chair leg, world peace will naturally follow. The deep fear here is chaos. Your brain thinks it's the last line of defense between order and the universe turning into a giant ball of tangled Christmas lights. This manifests in fun ways. You become the person who reorganizes other people's fridges without being asked. You take over group projects because watching someone else do it is like watching a sloth perform brain surgery. Number 3, the social shapeshifter. Ever notice how some people completely transform depending on who they're with? One minute they're hardcore into death metal with one group, next they're discussing fine wine like they've been a sommelier for decades. This isn't just being flexible. This is full personality shapeshifting. These social chameleons don't just adapt, they become entirely different people. New hobbies appear out of nowhere. Opinions flip faster than pancakes. Even their vocabulary changes. The brain does this automatically like breathing. It's not a conscious choice. The subconscious is screaming, if I'm exactly like them, they have to accept me. This fear of rejection runs deep, so it overcompensates. Psychologists compare it to that old Woody Allen character who physically transformed to match whoever he was near. You're not growing a new face, but your personality is doing backflips. When you're constantly wearing masks, it's hard to know who you really are. Take off all the personas, and what's left is uncertain. So the shape-shifting becomes armor. By trying to be loved by everyone, you end up truly known by no one. The loneliest people are often surrounded by friends who only know their performance. Number 2, micromanaging inner demons. Ever notice how some people hover over you like a helicopter parent watching their kid use scissors for the first time? That's your classic micromanager. And they're not just checking your work. They're basically performing an exorcism on their own demons. Picture this. Your boss sends you an email at 9:00 p.m. asking if you remembered to capitalize the T in Tuesday in that report due next week, then follows up at 9:03 p.m. to make sure you got the first email. This isn't leadership. This is what happens when someone's brain is convinced that if they let go of control for even 1 second, the entire universe will implode, starting with their career. These people will tell you with a straight face, I want you to take complete ownership of this project, then ask you to CC them on every email, including the ones to yourself. It's like saying, I trust you completely while installing security cameras in your coffee mug. The weird part is, they genuinely believe they're being helpful. In their mind, they're not suffocating you. They're providing guidance. They're terrified not of you, but of themselves. Number 1, the clutter fortress fear. You know that one drawer everyone has? The one that's basically a graveyard for dead batteries, mystery keys, and cables for devices that went extinct in 2003. Now imagine that drawer energy spread across your entire house, like some kind of organizational plague. This is the world of hoarding disorder, where every broken toaster is a potential time machine. For someone with hoarding disorder, throwing things away feels like deleting their backup files. Except the backup files are 47 empty yogurt containers and a collection of hotel shampoo bottles. That broken umbrella in the corner isn't trash. That's emergency rain protection for when all other umbrellas spontaneously combust. The really wild part is how the brain assigns value to this stuff. That stained t-shirt from 1992 isn't just fabric held together by nostalgia and questionable hygiene. It's a time capsule. Throwing it away would be like deleting your memories, except your memories smell like mothballs and regret. Every item becomes a potential solution to a problem that hasn't happened yet. The clutter becomes their autobiography, written in stuff. Chapter 1. Every takeout menu from restaurants that closed during the Bush administration. For some people, this collecting habit is their brain's way of feeling in control. Life feels chaotic, but at least they've got 73 rolls of tape. The future is uncertain, but it's a good thing they saved every cardboard box since 2005. So that mountain of belongings isn't just a fire hazard waiting to happen. It's a fortress built against the terrifying possibility that someday, somewhere, you might need that specific broken calculator that only displays the number 8.